friend asked me that to talk about cycles. What do I understand from cycles? So there's a lot of things in our life that revolves around cycles. For example, when you eat junk food like chips and stuff, you gotta work out later to balance out, to burn out the extra calories and all that. But it's not only that. Like everything that's good, like life, there needs to be a cycle. For example, day and night. Day and night, like you have the day, then you have the night to sleep. During the day you work, and during the night you rest and spend time with doing fun stuff like Netflix or spending time with family, stuff like that, So everything needs to have the balance between the ups and downs. Like even the clock, it goes in a cycle. 12-hour cycle, 24-hour cycle. Everything is in a cycle. You can't go from one point to another just like that. Like it's very different from everything that's man-made. Now, what is man-made? Man-made are stuff like the economy. So when you look at a graph of a stock, whatever stock in the stock market, you always want it to go up and up, because when it goes up and up, you're making profit. It's something good, but it's man-made. So what goes up must come down. Like right now, we have this coronavirus crisis. So now it's like going down, and we don't know exactly when it's gonna get better, but it's slowly getting better. But how long will it last? So everything in life, it exists in a cycle. Even we go to school every day. It's a repetition of learning something new, and then they give you a test to test what you actually learn. So the learning stops when you don't question things, and you just take things as it is. It's a very linear, like, information reception, like when you learn stuff from books, you try to memorize it, so it doesn't go in a cycle, it doesn't translate into other things. But when you try to question things, you understand why. When you do this happens. When you eat chips, you get fat. When you work out, you burn calories. So it goes in a cycle. You can understand how it works. Like when you drink water, you gotta pee. Stuff like that, So everything exists in a cycle, and you need to have the right time. You need to have the right time to do what is needed. For example, let's talk about waves. Waves are a cycle too. Sinusoidal waves. It goes like this, up and down, up and down. So it's the same thing like our heartbeat. Our heartbeats like go up and down with a little bit of I don't know how many times, but up, down, then dup, something like that. So if your heart keeps going up and up and up and up, you're gonna get a heart attack, right? So you need to be at the right time, right moment to have that up and down to balance things out. If not, you get a heart attack, like I said. Or if it doesn't beat at all, you're dead. So everything in life goes in a cycle, you see? So even our planets, like we have our planets that goes around the sun, like in a circle. So for example, Earth, we have 4 seasons. So in most countries, except for the countries in the equator, of course. But even the countries in equators, they have rainy season or hot season, monsoon season. It goes in a cycle. It repeats itself forever. Even like in other countries, for example, the 4 seasons, we have spring where the trees grow, and like summer it's hot, and then everything is green, and then as it goes to autumn and then winter, the leaves start to drop, and then the trees go bone dry, and then the cycle repeats when it comes to spring again. If you want to look at it at a bigger scale, you can think of ice ages that exist like across time for a very long time. Like the earth will go from one ice age, and then it will slowly go into a warm period, and then it'll go back to an ice age. So it's a very recurring thing. For example, even in girls, they have their menstrual cycle. So for once in every month or so, they will bleed, and then they'll have this emotional tantrums and all that stuff. But even in guys, like even in all people, we have our up and downs in life. Like sometimes you feel very motivated. You feel very motivated to do things, and then you're overly motivated. Then your friends start to look at you funny, like, what's wrong with you? Why are you being so positive? There's so much shit happening in this world. How can you be so positive? So you start to doubt yourself. Like, I'm trying to be positive, but why is my positivity repelling the people in my life? Why is it making me doubt myself when I feel like it's the right thing? So you go into a deep state of depression. You feel something is wrong, something isn't right, and then you might do some things to cope with it. There's a lot of different coping mechanisms that people use. For example, they resort to bullying, cyberbullying, or they cut down their circle of friends. Like, they used to have a lot of friends, then they start to reduce the circle, and then so then you're gonna go up again, because once you've done that, you're gonna feel happy again. You're gonna go up again, and then when your close friends or whatever, they start to isolate you, or they have their own shit to deal with. They can't deal with your shit all the time, so you don't get the attention from them, and then you start to go down again, and then it goes up again, and down again, and up again, and down again. So by the end of this, you must realize that the only person you can depend on is yourself. But I'm not here to talk about that. I don't know why suddenly I talk about self-confidence and stuff, but yeah, like even in movies, for example, a lot of good movies, they usually have a build-up. It goes in a cycle. There's a nice build-up, then some conflict happens, and it goes down. Then the character doubts itself. The character doesn't know what to do next. Then what makes a good movie is that the build-up is as good as the conflict. So there's a balance in the good and bad. That's what makes it a good movie. For example, Games of Thrones. It was good for the 7 seasons, but the 8th season sucked really bad. Like, for me, I couldn't even watch past the 2nd episode from the 8th season, but I watched it anyways because for the heck of it, But yeah, because the build-up was too good. There was too much dragons, and we couldn't relate with it anymore. And then the story was cut short. Definitely cut short, because the directors spent too much money on CGI and stuff like that. They put too much emphasis on the build-up, and not how they should have spent that money or the time on thinking of a better way to end things. So in life, the cycle is what keeps us happy, keeps us at a rate of a steady growth. As long as we try to resonate with the cycle, then we can make things better. But if you try to fake things, for example, like wearing nice clothes to prove that you're a valuable person, or wearing makeup, or buying cool watches or nice shoes to be something you're not, one day you're gonna fall down out of the cycle, because what you build up is not part of what is natural. You're creating a false image of yourself, and you're not resonating with the natural cycle of growth. Faking it until making it. Yeah, sure, you can do that, but that's what people do in schools nowadays. Like they can memorize a lot of shit. They can memorize a lot of information from books, but they can't really put it into usage. they can't really understand behind the theories and principles of it. So one day they're gonna realize, like, all these grades, all these good grades didn't mean anything, because you can't really solve any problems with it, because all you're doing is faking it. Well, I hope this answers the question of my friends. Yeah, sure, you can DM me anything like you want me to talk about. It helps me too, because I'm pretty bad at explaining stuff, so it gives me a chance to like talk and eat chips while I'm talking. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.